I'm Angela Johnson, a literacy coach here at Richland Parish Schools. I want to help explain this homework to you a little better so that you can help your child learn to read DIBELS nonsense words. This is a measure on the DIBELS Literacy Screener. We give it 3 times a year, and the final assessment will be given in April. By the end of the year screener, first graders to be on level need to be able to read 55 correct letter sounds in 1 minute and decode 15 whole words in 1 minute. Now that's the goal for being on level, or as we say, on the green level. So on this homework you have 2 copies, the parent copy and the student copy. Your copy has numbers on the side and a table down at the bottom to record the results each night of the week. So what you need to do is find a quiet place to sit with your child and set a 1-minute timer. Use your phone or the kitchen timer, either is fine. Tell them we're going to read these make-believe words. Now they can read them sound by sound, like r, is, or they can say the whole word, riz. Either way is okay. But remember, we get 2 scores from nonsense words, 1 for the letter sounds and 1 for decoding. So what I would suggest is to use a pencil and lightly mark as your child is reading if they miss any sounds. So I'll just pretend I'm doing it. So if the child says r, is, s, ed, I would put a mark above the V because I said d. N, ab. I'm going to put a little mark there. Now mark it really lightly because you want to use this paper again tomorrow night. Now, as I read, if I start saying the sounds together and blending them, n, il, nil, I want to put a little line underneath it to know that I did that. That'll help you calculate the second score for decoding. Ak, doll, af, taff. Well, I can't count that as a whole word read because when I decoded, I changed the l to a t. So I have to go back and mark that wrong. That's one thing you need to watch for. If they say the sounds right, r, egg, but then they decode it, beg, the R is wrong because they went back and decoded it the wrong way. Now when your timer goes off, put your little slash or a mark to know where your child stopped, and then go back and count your total. So the 17 represents this first row. There are 17 letter sounds. So I have to take 2 away. I made 2 mistakes. So the score for the first row was 15 correct letter sounds. And for the second row, I got 2 right here and 2 on this word, so that makes 4. So for letter sounds, my score would have been 19, which is way below level, and I need some extra practice. Now, I also can count these lines that I drew under here. I don't want to count this one because I recoded it the wrong way, but and the same thing here, that one was wrong as well. I did read 3 whole words. So when I mark it at the bottom, I'll put my 19 in the chart right here under Monday for 19 letter sounds, and I read 3 whole words. So that's how I did. So I'm a pretty good ways away from my goal. So that being said, if that's the case, I would recommend going back after you record it and say, now let's practice the rest of the words. And if they're really struggling, I would model for them a row and let them repeat after me. K, as, cas, and then let the child do it. K, as, cas. And then say, okay, try this row on your own, and let them try it. If they're still struggling, model again on the next row, and then let them try the next row on their own and go back and forth. Now, if your child is rocking and rolling and exceeding that 55 letter sound and 15 whole word read goal, they do not have to go all the way to the end of the page. But if they are struggling, I highly recommend utilizing the rest of the worksheet and giving them some extra practice. So I hope this helps, and thank you for tuning in.